The photograph that blinked. They say photographs capture a memory, a frozen moment in time. But what if a photo didn't stay frozen? What if it moved? The beginning. Olivia was moving into her grandmother's old house after she passed away. The house had been in the family for generations. Wooden floors that creaked like whispers, wallpaper yellowed with age, and a faint smell of dust and lavender. While unpacking boxes in the attic, Olivia found a photo album wrapped in brittle leather. She flipped through page after page of sepia-toned portraits, stern men in suits, women in long dresses, children standing stiffly beside them. One photo, however, made her pause. A young boy, dark eyes, expressionless face. But something about him felt too vivid, as if he were staring directly at her. At the bottom was a name scratched faintly. Samuel, 1891. The first night. That night, Olivia placed the album on her bedside table. At 2 a.m., she woke suddenly, her throat dry, heart pounding. Something had pulled her out of sleep. She glanced at the bedside table and froze. The boy's photograph was no longer inside the album. It was propped upright, facing her. Olivia rubbed her eyes. Had she moved it in her sleep? She shoved the photo back into the album and forced herself to go back to bed. But just as she drifted off, she swore she heard a whisper near her ear. "Why did you put me away?" The movements. Over the next few days, the photo kept appearing in different places. On the kitchen counter, by the bathroom sink, even inside her purse. Olivia tried to ignore it, but every time she looked at Samuel's face, it seemed different. The first time, his lips were parted slightly. The next, his eyes seemed wider. And one night, she could swear his head had tilted ever so slightly caressé toward her. She told herself it was her imagination. Old photos played tricks on the mind, but deep down, she knew something was wrong. The warning. Olivia invited her friend Mark over, desperate for reassurance. "Look at this," she said, showing him the photo. "Does it look different to you?" Mark studied it, then laughed nervously. "It's just an old picture, Liv. You're spooking yourself." But when he set the photo down, his smile faded. "Wait! Did you see that?" The boy's eyes. They had blinked. Both of them saw it. Mark backed away, pale. "Liv, burn it. Get rid of it now." But Olivia couldn't. Something in her chest tightened every time she tried to throw it out, as if invisible hands were forcing her to keep it. The haunting intensifies. That night, the photograph wasn't in the album. It was taped to her mirror. Olivia's reflection looked normal. But Samuel's reflection? He was smiling. Her breath caught in her throat. She tore the photo down, ripped it to shreds, and flushed the pieces down the toilet. Relief washed over her. It was finally over. Until the next morning. There it was again. Perfect. Untorn. Sitting on her pillow. And this time, Samuel wasn't sitting still anymore. He was standing, 1 foot forward like he was stepping out of the picture. The confrontation. Olivia snapped. She screamed into the empty house. "What do you want from me?" For the first time, the photo changed right before her eyes. Samuel's head tilted, his lips curved into a faint smile, and on the bottom of the photo, new words appeared in shaky ink. To come back. The lights flickered. The air grew freezing cold. And Olivia realized Samuel didn't just want to be remembered. He wanted to return. The final night. Olivia locked the photo inside a metal box, shoved it in the attic, and barricaded the door. But at 3 a.m., she woke to scratching at her bedroom door. Slow, deliberate, like fingernails dragging across the wood. Then came the voice, small, childlike, right outside. Olivia, let me in. I'm so close. The photo album on her nightstand shook violently, pages flipping on their own until they landed open. Samuel's picture was gone. Her hands trembled as she turned toward the door. The scratching stopped. Silence. Then, slowly, the handle turned. The ending. The next morning, neighbors noticed Olivia's house was eerily quiet. Inside, her bed was empty. The room was freezing. And on her mirror, taped neatly with yellowing corners, was a new photograph. A girl. Dark hair. Wide, terrified eyes. At the bottom, the name was written in fresh ink. Olivia, 2025. So next time you see an old family photo, and the eyes feel too real, don't stare too long, because if it blinks, it's already too late.